In this video we'll discuss how the calendar component can be configured to automatically add new records to the calendars table if you try to show a calendar for a person who does not currently have a record in the calendars table. So you can see here that we have a grid for, say, salespeople in a company, and let's say that when we press this button we'd like to see the calendar for that particular salesperson. So if we go look at the current state of the calendars table, we'll see that there are no records for any of the existing salespeople yet. So here's our calendars table, and you can see here that there are no records. There's just one dummy record. So let's now go and run this component in a browser. So here we have the component in the browser, and let's press the button now to open up, say, the calendar for Benedict Johnson, who's salesperson number 100. So we click the button, and the calendar component is opened, and we had configured the component so that if there was no record found in the calendar table, that we want to automatically go ahead and create that record. So let's go back now to Alpha 5 and look at the calendars table right now, and you see now we've automatically added a record for Benedict Johnson, salesperson number 100. And now we can go here and say define an event for Benedict, and just go there say event 1, and then update that record. And now let's go ahead and close his calendar down. Now let's click, say, on the calendar for Sam Casputi, and now that's going to open up the calendar component, but first create a new record in the calendars table. So if we go there, and we'll go there and type that, say, event 2, and then update that, and then close that down. And now let's go back and look at the calendars table again. So we can see now that we now have 2 records in the calendars table. So the way in which we did this is as follows. First, let's go look at the definition of the actual component itself. You can see here that in the component definition, underneath the prompt, in the section for what component to use for editing events, there's a property here called automatically create new calendar if not found. So this is where we tell Alpha 5 that when the calendar component is opened, if an attempt is made to open the calendar component for a calendar ID that doesn't exist, then automatically go ahead and create a new record. Now let's go to the definition of the button here in action scripting that opens up the calendar. So here's our employees grid over here, and this is the button now that's going to open up the calendar component. So let's go to the on-click event, and if we edit this event, we can see here that we're going to be opening up the calendar component, and the calendar component exposes 3 arguments that you can set. So the default value for calendars to show is all, but what we're going to do is show the calendar that matches the salesperson ID. So we're using the salesperson ID as a proxy for the calendar ID that we want to display. And then there's another prompt here, which is the description for new calendar records. So if the calendar to show is not found, then a new record is going to be created, and we're going to set the description in the calendar table to be full name. So full name, if we go here now and look at the component, you can see now that we created a calculated field called full name, which was just the last name, comma, first name, and we put that on the grid, but we made it into a hidden field. And so now when we click this button here, we're going to be trying to open up the calendar number 100. If that calendar exists, then great, we'll show all of the events for that calendar, and if not, we're going to create a new record in the calendar table with the ID over there, and we're going to set the full name, the description, to the full name field in the component. So that's how that's done, and it makes it very powerful and very easy to create new calendar records on the fly. I hope you found that interesting. Thanks very much.